thank you for watching and joining me on my quest to make sure I do not misunderstand Catholicism. I'm done with stage one of watching YouTube videos. Now I found a couple of blogs. I'm debating about taking time to run by a Catholic church and see if there's a priest or a nun who would like to talk about the subject. Or maybe I'll go to one and the priest or nun will say, no, we're so widely spread that people don't have misconceptions. One, just the life of the baby. So, the misconception, I would call this more of a ridiculous, baseless, false accusation that some dishonest people have made. Just because somebody is against abortion doesn't mean they don't care about whether the mother lives or not, or whether the baby has things that it needs after it is born. The Catholic Church has a lot of charities. Catholic individuals make contributions and help people if they can. Single issue voters. Nope, wrong. Okay, this is more about the way Catholics behave than official church teachings. Even if they are single issue voters, if you think an issue is important, and there's nothing wrong with you voting based on what you think is the most important issue. Catholics only support Democrats / Republicans. Let's see, so they're just letting you know. Yeah, you shouldn't just assume if somebody is a Catholic they vote for Republicans or Democrats. 4. All other religions are going to hell. Yep, it's a Catholic thing. Heaven or... Catholic or nothing in heaven. No. That is only for God to determine. What I do know is that at the Transfiguration, Elijah and Moses talked to Jesus. I don't know he could pull anyone out of hell, but they weren't Christians in the sense we know Christianity today. Okay, but we do believe is that we have the fullness of Christ in the Eucharist, and that we are apostolic, which means we have a line of leadership guided by the Holy Spirit all the way back to Peter. Peter was an apostle. They're claiming a line of leadership. That's why they're calling themselves apostolic with 0 apostles in the church now. Are all popes great like Pope St. Leo the Great or Pope St. John Paul II? Nope. Popes have a human will just as Peter did, which leads me to my next false belief. Okay, so there's a difference between God's going to make a final decision about an individual and having a belief about what God is going to judge based on. I would not be offended at all if Catholics said, yeah, it's us or hell. But just in case you thought so, Catholics, I'm confused about that. Does baptism matter then? Because Jesus said you must be born of the water and the Spirit. And if you're not a Catholic, you didn't get baptized. The Pope can do no wrong. Alright. She points out that they do believe there have been some bad popes throughout history, and that the popes are only infallible when they are speaking as a pope and making a papal encyclica. 7. We hate sex. Question mark. Let's see. Question. Where did all those babies come from? That's the writer's question. That's pretty obvious, see. Okay. So, she is attacking the misunderstanding of Catholics hating sex. Just because they'll have sex in marriage and have a tradition of having large families. But if you have to try for a baby every time you have sex, she uses the term be open to to be open to children. That's a fancy way of saying you are not trying to prevent having kids. Maybe you don't love sex that much if you have to try for a baby every time. But I did not think Catholics were prudes that, when they had sex with their spouse, were doing it out of a necessity, like taking nasty medicine or something like that. So I did not have that misconception. We hate gays/lesbians or anyone who doesn't fit into our Catholic mold. I never had a misconception that Catholics did that. She explained that they don't hate people like that. They try to follow the commandment to love one another, as that Jesus commanded. And that is the end of this blog post. To learn more about what Catholics believe or do not believe, pick up the new book, Anti-Catholic Myths Debunked by Archbishop Patrick John Ryan, Sophia Press. This wonderful book exposes 5 common misconceptions of the Catholic faith, with the complete arguments for and against why we believe what we believe. It is a quick read and explains the Catholic doctrine in clear language. Alright, so the person endorses this book, named Anti-Catholic Myths Debunked by Bishop Patrick John Ryan. This blog post was put on the website epicpew.com, spelled correctly, spelled like the word epic and the word pew, the bench we sit on at church. And thank you for watching. I'll try to put a link to this in the description. But if I'm unsuccessful, you heard me tell you what the website was so you can find it.